It is several days before the election. I voted today, and it is one of my greatest privileges as an American to vote in our elections. And I don't take that lightly. It is a part of our civic responsibility. What I want to talk to you today is what is next that's part of our civic responsibility. For those that don't know, for the last 17 years, I have been and I am a community developer. I have worked in my downtown district for 17 years in Northwest Arkansas, right in the heart of America. Some call it the South, some call it the Mid-South, some call it the Heartland. We are in the Ozarks. We are right in the center of America. And as we're getting ready for this election, I wanted to give some words that might help as the days unfold. Our job as Americans isn't just to vote, it's to carry that commitment out into our communities. And that means to volunteer, to give back, to care for your neighbors, to make a commitment to yourself to make this place better. That's what we're here for. And I know that there's a lot of anxiety coming up to an election. I feel it. I absolutely have political anxiety. And the way I counter that is three things. One, I stop watching all media that relates to the election in any way. I have voted. I have done my thing. I don't need to continue to play those stories or hear that media frenzy that's happening. I can let that go, at least up until the day of the election or the day after. You can just let it go. You've done your thing. If you haven't voted yet, I'm pretty sure you know how you're going to vote. So just do it. Go out, vote, make sure you vote, and then stop watching. Just stop watching. And the reason for that is the media's job is to keep you hooked on the media so that they can sell advertising. It isn't actually to teach you anything anymore. It is about entertainment. And so getting out of that cycle will help you ratchet down instead of ratchet up. The second thing I do is I get really into my own stuff. That means I go outside, I enjoy nature, I do my artwork, I spend time with family, I take care of the things that need to be taken care of. Because the real thing that you can do in this life is do the things that you do. You can get upset about politics all day long, and still that isn't what is going to move you in any way. Or change your life. So the second part of it is to get involved in your life. Just get involved. Do what you need to do. The third thing I do to sort of calm my political anxiety is I volunteer or do work for things that I care about. And if you don't have that yet, that is okay. You can take this opportunity to find the thing that will make your heart happy, that you feel you would be making a real difference. There is not an organization that needs your help who would turn you down. So that could be that you are volunteering at your food bank. That could be that your community center needs volunteers. That could be that your local library needs someone to help shelve books. It doesn't matter what it is, but make that commitment to yourself that you will, in this time period, find something that you could get involved with. So that just might mean doing some research. And that research will help guide your life moving forward. Again, an election is one moment in time, but everything else matters too. And so having a plan on how you're going to deal with that is really important. As a bonus tip, I'm going to tell you what my friends and I are doing. We are actually envisioning the future that we think might happen. So instead of telling ourselves stories that make us uncomfortable or angry or sad or fearful, we are telling ourselves, well, if we win, the person that we have voted for, if we win, this is what the world might look like. And we're not worrying about what the world might look like if we don't win. We're just thinking about what it will feel like. What texts will we send? How will we celebrate that moment? How will we celebrate that moment forward? And we're telling ourselves this so that we can stay focused on the future instead of staying focused on what we're afraid of. I have a really heart-centered belief that there aren't actually two teams, that there's actually a whole scope of ideas and beliefs, that we are all people who want good things for ourselves, for our families, for our children, for our neighbors. We actually want to build things that are good. And I know this from doing 17 years of work on the ground in a community that has diverse beliefs. They have diverse feelings about things. And yet, even though we may not agree on things politically, we still move forward to get things done. And I know in my heart of hearts, that's who we are as a people. And I just want you to know that those of us who are on the ground doing work in our communities know that people are good. People want to help. People have the future in their focus. They are not caught up in all of the drama that the media wants us to be caught up with. So release a little bit of your anxiety. Do some breathing exercises if that helps. Stay off the media. And let's just think about the future. Let's think about what we can do in the future. I hope that this election season, we can learn something about how the media is using us as a tool to sell advertising, as opposed to a way of building us together. Because really, we want to be together as a people. And I know from my friends in Canada and Australia and England and, oh gosh, all over, I know that you're watching us. And I want you to know that we know you care too. We know that you care. And so know that we are here and we are holding that care in our hearts too. And for everyone who is feeling a little uncomfortable, so am I. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, but I'm going to spend this time and I'm going to get focused on the things that really matter to me. And I hope you will too.